Peace and greetings, beautiful people. What's good? It's your girl Night here, and we are back for more 31 Days of Tarot. Today is going to be top 5 tarot books of 2018, ones you've purchased or released in 2018. So it's been kind of 2018 was kind of a slow year for me as far as like straight tarot books purchases. I did get my hands on a lot of decks. One purchase in particular that I did get in 2018 is the Tarot Correspondences book by T. Susan Chang. She is the co-host of the Fortune's Wheelhouse podcast, and her other co-host is Mumbling. But this book right here is really I feel like this is a really good book to have in anyone's tarot library, because it does have charts in here, like all kinds of charts. But this, like for example, this one here is the Eight of Cups, and it has the Hermetic title, the zodiac sign, the glyph, the planetary glyphs, the zodiacal glyph, the dates that it can stand for, the imagery from the Picatrix, the imagery from Agrippa, the geomantic form, the Tree of Life association, the color association, the Papist, dialectic, and number signification. So in the back of the book, there's one for each and every card. She talks about the Tree of Life. She gives you a few things to do, how to put it together. And I just think that this is a good, I have the, Agrippa book. I have the Picatrix. And every time I wanted to look up something, I would have to grab 2 or 3 different books, have a whole spread out, and figure out what I was trying to look for in the first place that made me pull out the books, right? This kind of puts it all together. And so I reach for this way more now when I just need like that quick reference for, wait, what did Agrippa say about that again? Or what did the Picatrix say about that card again? Things like that. So really, really good book. Highly recommend this book in your collection. So this was one that I got in 2018 that is just straight tarot book, without a deck companion and things like that. I did get some. Now, this is not exactly a tarot book, but it's tarot adjacent, because in 2018, I was very much on down the Thoth rabbit hole as far as my personal studying of tarot. So I was gifted the Sword and the Serpent. This is a book about Kabbalah, and I was gifted this on my trip to Massachusetts in the fall. And it's really thought-provoking. It's really good. And I don't feel like there's like a bunch of double talk going on. Like it's I don't know. It's straightforward enough for me to chew on the information without feeling confused. So, if you're down that path, this might be a good book for you to pick up. A couple of other books that were companion books that came with decks I received in 2018 that I found a lot of, I don't want to say new information, but useful information that I don't have in other books. So the Tarot Ceremonial Magic by Longmilo Duquette. He talks about the Goetic associations with each of the cards in here, and Enochian things. It's really good. It's really good. And you don't really need his deck specifically to get use out of this book. My friend kept telling me that over and over and over again this year, or I'm sorry, in 2018. And I was like, no, but I want to use it with the deck, But then when I flipped through it, I was like, oh yeah, this makes sense. There's other things going on, association wise. And then last but not least, the Patakis of the Orisha Tarot. Now, what I like about this book is that it brings me back to my roots. It helps me to remember stories that I was told growing up. And it really brought a lot of that back out to the like, it just pulled it up from the subconscious, like, hey, you know this stuff, you know this stuff. Now, reading some of the stories out of this made me remember like the deeper story or specific experience for me, in regards to the patakis, which are kind of like stories that have lessons, you know what I mean? And the way that this book is done, you don't have to know any of that stuff for it to be useful, right? And so I really like this because I feel like it's a happy medium between somebody who doesn't know much about the Orisha and has a lot of knowledge on tarot, or vice versa. It's just, I think it's a good medium, where, how the book was written and where how the stories go. I'm stumbling over myself because, I don't know. I found this book to be, this deck rather, to be rather personal to me. So I really got a lot of use out of this in 2018 on a personal level. So those are my 4 books, tarot related books of 2018 that I received and I read through, and I got a lot of use. Oh wait, no, one more. It's that big old Robert Place book, the Neoplatonism, and I actually just finished. It's in the next room over. Tarot. I'll leave the description in the box below because it's around here somewhere. It's his latest book. It's so chunky, but it goes through tarot history, and of course, it's kind of a guidebook to his decks as well, but there's a good section of like the kind of like a timeline of like tarot history and stuff like that. So that was also another one. So I did make 5. I did have 5, but it literally took me all year to read because I had so much going on that I kind of had to bit by bit read that book. So so those are my top 5 books, tarot books of 2018. And yeah, I will see you on the next one. Thanks for watching.